God, before I touch my phone, before I let a screen tell me how to feel, who needs me, what I forgot, what I'm behind on, what everybody else is doing. I just want to sit here for a second and be honest with you. Because this little habit has more power over me than I like to admit. Some mornings I reach for my phone before I even really wake up. My eyes are barely open, but I'm already scrolling, already absorbing other people's opinions, other people's good news, bad news, emergencies, updates, jokes, pressure, noise. And then I wonder why my heart feels crowded before I've even gotten out of bed. I wonder why I feel rushed, or restless, or strangely disappointed in my own life before the day has even had a chance to become itself. So today, I don't want my first reaction to be reaching outward. I want my first movement to be toward you. And I'm not saying that like I'm some super spiritual person who always gets this right. I don't. I know how quickly I can hand my peace over to whatever is glowing in my hand. One message can change my whole mood. One email can tighten my chest. One post can wake up comparison. One headline can make me feel heavy. One unanswered text can make me feel ignored. It's so small, and somehow it's not small at all. That's why I'm here. Before the notifications. Before the updates. Before I start measuring myself against what somebody else posted. Before I let urgency become my god for the day. I need you to settle me first. Not in a fake way. Not in a pretend everything is okay way. I mean in the real way, where I can admit that I wake up with a lot already running through me. There are worries I went to sleep with that are still sitting here. Bills. Tension in the house. A conversation I'm dreading. Work pressure. The weird loneliness that can happen even when life is full. The pressure to be responsive, available, productive, emotionally stable, kind, useful. Some days it feels like everybody needs a version of me, and I haven't even had 5 quiet minutes to remember who I am with you. So remind me. Remind me before the world starts naming me by my tasks. Remind me before I call myself behind. Remind me before I start performing. Remind me before I start chasing little hits of reassurance from people who can't hold my soul anyway. Remind me that I am more than what I answer, more than what I produce, more than how quickly I reply, more than how well I keep up. I think that's part of why I need this prayer, because my phone does not just give me information, it gives me speed, it gives me comparison. It gives me the illusion that I'm connected while I'm actually becoming more scattered. It gives me too many voices before I've heard yours. And then, if I'm not careful, I spend the rest of the day trying to recover my center. I'm tired of recovering my center. I want to start from it. Your word says, "Be still, and know that I am God." That verse sounds so simple until I try to live it. Stillness is hard for me. It can feel unproductive. It can feel exposed. It can feel like there's too much room for thoughts I've been avoiding. Sometimes, scrolling is easier than stillness, because stillness doesn't numb me. It shows me what's actually there. The anxiety, the sadness I tried to outrun yesterday, the resentment, the insecurity, the low-grade fear that if I slow down, I'll feel how tired I really am. But you already see what's there, so hiding it from myself doesn't help. If I wake up anxious, meet me there. If I wake up numb, meet me there. If I wake up irritated for reasons I can't even name yet, meet me there too. If I wake up carrying grief that doesn't care what the calendar says, stay close. If I wake up already thinking about who disappointed me, what I need to fix, how far behind I feel, what I wish had happened by now, Please don't let those thoughts become the first altar of my day. I want that place to belong to you. And God, before I look at who texted me back, who viewed something, who ignored me, who needs something, who posted another picture that makes life look easy, I need you to deal with the hungry places in me. The places that want attention. The places that want proof that I matter. The places that want to feel included, admired, wanted, remembered, chosen. I don't always say that out loud because it sounds immature, but it's true. There are still parts of me that can be thrown off by something as small as silence from somebody I hoped would notice me. That's such a fragile way to live. I don't want my worth to rise and fall with digital crumbs. I don't want to mistake activity for intimacy. I don't want to feel connected to everyone and present with no one. I don't want to start my day by feeding whatever in me is still desperate to be validated. Fill that part of me before I go looking for cheap versions of comfort. And while I'm here, I need to confess something else. Sometimes my phone is not just a distraction. Sometimes it's a hiding place. I reach for it when I don't want to face the day. I reach for it when I don't want to hear my own thoughts. I reach for it when I feel awkward, or lonely, or tired, or bored, or disappointed. I tell myself I'm just checking something quick, but half the time I'm really trying not to feel whatever is sitting underneath the moment. So if I'm using noise to avoid myself, slow me down. If I'm using information to avoid trust, slow me down. If I'm using entertainment to avoid pain, slow me down. If I'm using constant input because silence makes me uncomfortable, teach me how to stay in the room with my own soul long enough for you to speak. I know you usually don't compete with chaos. That's the hard part. You don't force your way through the noise I keep choosing. You wait. And honestly, that humbles me. Because so much of my distance is not that you moved. It's that I kept filling the space where I could have heard you. I don't want to live like that today. I want this day to feel different. Not because everything around me changes, but because what gets me first changes. Before the news tells me what to fear. Before work tells me what to prioritize. Before people tell me what they need. Before comparison tells me I'm lacking. Before guilt tells me I'm failing. Before distraction tells me it's harmless. I want your voice to go first. Tell me what matters today. Tell me what can wait. Tell me what is mine and what isn't. Tell me where I'm already carrying too much. Tell me where I'm calling something urgent that really isn't. Tell me where my attention has become too expensive to keep wasting. And lead me into the kind of life that is not always grabbing for stimulation. Because I can feel what that has done to me sometimes. It has made me less patient, less available, less deep, less able to sit with people without half my mind reaching for my phone. Less able to pray without feeling twitchy, less able to endure quiet without immediately needing to fill it. I don't think I even realized how much it was shaping me until I started noticing how restless I'd become. I don't want to be ruled by restlessness. I want to be able to hear my child, hear my spouse, hear my friend, hear my own thoughts, hear your spirit, without feeling like I'm missing something because I'm not constantly plugged in. I want to be the kind of person who can be where they are, fully, not halfway in every room, because part of me is always waiting for the next notification. Teach me presence. Teach me how to start small if I have to. One prayer before one scroll. One breath before one check. One verse before one headline. One honest surrender before one search for distraction. I know that may sound tiny, but tiny things shape people. And I've been shaped enough by habits I didn't choose on purpose. I want to start choosing better ones with you. and for the things I really am carrying today, because there are real things, not just digital noise. I place them here with you now. The appointment I'm nervous about, the relationship that feels off, the money situation I keep trying not to think about too early because it can ruin my mood fast, the emotional exhaustion I still haven't admitted fully, the family stuff, the unanswered prayers, the pressure to make good decisions while I'm already tired, the sadness I don't feel like explaining, the anger I'm not proud of, the uncertainty that makes me want to control everything in advance. I'm not pretending those things disappear because I prayed first. I'm just saying, I don't want them to reach me before you do. I don't want fear to be the first voice. I don't want comparison to be the first voice. I don't want urgency to be the first voice. I don't want insecurity to be the first voice. Be the first voice. And if today gets noisy anyway, bring me back. If I forget and fall into the same habit by mid-morning, bring me back without shaming me. If I start scrolling and can feel my peace leaving, wake me up. If I catch myself reaching for my phone every time discomfort shows up, let that become a signal, not just a reflex. Turn even that into a reminder that I need you. I'm asking for something deeper than self-control, though I need that too. I'm asking for a heart that no longer needs to be constantly fed by noise to feel okay. A heart that can sit in silence and not panic. A heart that can live unseen for a minute without unraveling. A heart that can let a message wait. A heart that can begin the day grounded instead of grabbed. And God, for the person praying this who feels almost embarrassed by how dependent they've become on their phone, their feed, their texts, their constant checking, please meet them gently, not with shame, with freedom. Because a lot of us are more tired than we realize, and we've learned to self-soothe with whatever is close to our hand. Show them they are not weak beyond repair. Show them that habits can change. Show them that your presence is not boring, not empty, not less real than the rush they're used to. So before I touch my phone, I touch this moment instead. I choose this pause. I choose this breath. I choose to remember that you were here before any notification found me. Take the first part of my attention. Take the first part of my mind. Take the first part of my mood. Take the first part of my hunger. Take the part of me that wants to check everything and calm it down in a way the screen never really could. I want to start from you, not from noise. If this prayer feels like your real life, you're not the only one trying to break that habit of reaching for everything else first. You can be honest about that. And if you want to, share what usually grabs your attention before peace does. Sometimes naming it is where freedom starts.